When discussing who will take down Kaido, battle predictions, and power scaling, the introduction serves as a crucial entry point, setting the stage for unraveling the multifaceted battle against Kaido, a central figure in the One Piece universe. Kaido, one of the four emperors, or Yonko, stands as an emblem of unparalleled strength and dominance. Understanding the context of his power is essential to forecasting who might defeat him and how those battles could unfold. The significance of setting the stage cannot be overstated, as it lays the groundwork for understanding the stakes, characters, and strategies involved. It helps the audience grasp why Kaido is such a formidable opponent and why taking him down is a monumental event. The introduction offers insights into the world of Wano, the alliances being formed, and the reasons behind Kaido's strength, as well as his ambitions. It's a lens through which fans can evaluate potential heroes and the narrative's direction. For instance, in One Piece, Luffy's journey towards becoming the Pirate King is closely tied to overcoming formidable foes like Kaido. Luffy's growth, both in terms of strength and leadership, speaks volumes about the overarching narrative. Similarly, Zoro's quest to embody the spirit of samurai and his connection to Wano's history further illuminates the stakes involved in confronting Kaido. Additionally, strategic alliances with characters like Law and Kid illustrate the collaborative efforts required to challenge such an immense power. Expert opinions often emphasize the unpredictability and complexity of these battles. Ichiro Oda, the creator of One Piece, is known for subverting expectations, often blending surprise elements with satisfying narrative arcs. This leads to discussions about power scaling, a concept that evaluates characters' strengths based on various feats, which is pivotal in predicting outcomes. However, there are challenges and controversies in power scaling. Critics argue that power levels can sometimes feel inconsistent or exaggerated, leading to debates among fans about fairness and realism in battles. Some fans propose alternative viewpoints, suggesting that emotional or narrative satisfaction takes precedence over strict power measurements. This introductory framing influences other aspects by connecting character development, thematic resonance, and narrative tension. Seeing Kaido's strength encourages discussions about potential successes and shifts the focus to how other characters can evolve. It's a dance between storytelling, power dynamics, and fan expectations, shaping the journey in ways both predictable and unexpected, thus enriching the One Piece saga. Understanding Kaido's power and reputation is crucial when discussing who might be capable of defeating him, as it offers essential context to gauge potential challenges. Kaido, a character in the popular anime and manga series One Piece, is one of the Yonko, considered among the most powerful pirates on the Grand Line. His power is legendary, often described as invincible, and he is famously known as the strongest creature in the world. This reputation is not just based on his immense physical strength and durability, but also his ability to transform into an enormous Eastern dragon, enhancing his combat capabilities with flight and destructive elemental breath attacks. The significance of understanding Kaido's power and reputation lies at the core of any battle prediction against him. To predict who might successfully challenge him, one must first comprehend the scale of his abilities and influence. This sets the stage for analyzing potential adversaries and evaluating how their strengths compare to Kaido's formidable powers. Specifically, Kaido's power is illustrated in his near-impervious skin, which shrugs off most attacks without injury, and his crushing strength, capable of causing massive damage with a single strike. His fearsome reputation is compounded by tales of his unkillability. Multiple execution attempts and falls from incredible heights have failed to end his life. These factors cast a long shadow over potential challenges, making the prospect of defeating him seem insurmountable without extraordinary power or strategy. Opinions supporting Kaido's dominance include views from other characters in One Piece, who often speak of him with a mixture of fear and respect. The series emphasizes Kaido's near-mythical status, underscoring the belief that few could realistically match him in combat. However, challenges to Kaido's invincibility entail the myriad alliances and power-ups that protagonists typically experience. Controversy arises from fans debating whether external factors like teamwork, strategic brilliance, or even the willpower and growth of characters like Luffy, the protagonist, could tilt the scales. Understanding Kaido's power informs discussions on power scaling and battle predictions, influencing who might realistically top him in combat. This knowledge interconnects with assessments of individual or grouped characters' growth, strengths, and potential to surpass limits, an ongoing exploration in One Piece that fuels the narrative tension of the story. Thus, Kaido's might serves not only as a formidable challenge, but also as a catalyst for character development and narrative complexity within the series. In the world of One Piece, Kaido, the tyrannical ruler of Wano, and a member of the Four Emperors, stands as a formidable foe whose defeat is eagerly anticipated by fans and characters alike. The concept of key contenders for Kaido's defeat refers to the individuals or groups within the narrative who possess the potential strength, strategy, and resolve to bring down this nearly invincible pirate. Understanding who these contenders are is crucial, as it shapes not only the storyline's progression, but also the overarching theme of the power dynamics in the One Piece universe. This point is significant because it delves into the power scaling and narrative development of One Piece. Kaido represents a pinnacle of power and a major obstacle for the protagonist, Monkey D. Luffy, and his allies. Identifying key contenders provides insight into who might challenge the established power hierarchy and the strategic alliances or rivalries that will emerge as a result. It also highlights the themes of growth, determination, and teamwork that are central to the series. Two prominent examples of key contenders are Luffy himself, whose unwavering resolve and growing mastery of Haki make him a prime candidate to face Kaido, and Trafalgar Law, whose strategic mind and powerful devil fruit abilities provide a tactical advantage. Another contender is Roronoa Zoro, whose swordsmanship and lineage suggest a potential to rise to the occasion. These characters illustrate the diverse abilities and motivations that could play a role in Kaido's downfall, embodying the series' theme of surpassing one's limits and the importance of camaraderie in overcoming monumental challenges. Opinions supporting this idea often come from fans and theorists who analyze power levels and character development arcs, suggesting that Luffy, as the main protagonist, is narratively destined to defeat Kaido to solidify his path to becoming the Pirate King. However, this viewpoint is not without controversy. Some fans argue that Kaido's defeat might be achieved through an alliance or collective effort rather than by a single individual, emphasizing the collaborative nature of the story. Controversies arise in the form of debates over power scaling and the plausibility of certain characters challenging Kaido. Critics might argue that the narrative balance could be disrupted, if characters are depicted as too powerful too quickly. This point influences the larger topic by setting the stage for future narrative developments and character growth in the One Piece series. The contender's journey to defeating Kaido also impacts their own personal growth, deepening the narrative and ensuring that the story remains as unpredictable and thrilling as ever for its audience. Tactics and strategies for overcoming Kaido's strengths refer to the planned methods and approaches that characters may employ to defeat Kaido, the formidable antagonist in the One Piece series. Kaido, known as one of the Yonko, possesses immense power, near indestructible durability, and the ability to transform into a dragon, which makes him one of the toughest adversaries in the One Piece world. In the context of the narrative, developing strategies to counteract his strengths is crucial to tipping the balance of power. The importance of this point within the topic of who will take down Kaido battle predictions and power scaling lies in its ability to influence the outcome of the conflict. Without an effective plan, even the strongest characters would falter against Kaido's overwhelming power. Understanding his weaknesses and devising strategies to exploit them are essential components of any successful attempt to dethrone him. This not only highlights the ingenuity and adaptability of the characters involved, but also adds a layer of strategic complexity to the storyline. One example of overcoming a powerful opponent through tactics is the coordinated effort by the Ninja Pirate Mink Samurai Alliance in the Wano arc. Their multifaceted approach, involving both diversionary and direct assault tactics, exemplifies how teamwork and strategic planning can be used to challenge a superior foe. Another real-world analogy might be military strategies in warfare, where smaller forces utilize guerrilla tactics or strategic alliances to overcome larger, more powerful enemies. Supporters of this idea often argue that strategy is an equalizer in battles against overwhelmingly powerful adversaries. In One Piece, for instance, fans often discuss the significance of intelligence and foresight, noting how characters like Shikamaru from Naruto also leverage tactics to level the playing field. Challenges arise from the unpredictability inherent in battle. Kaido's immense strength and unpredictability make it difficult to anticipate his moves fully, presenting a constant challenge to any pre-planned strategies. Critics may argue that reliance on teamwork and strategy could be undermined by the sheer power disparity, or they might point out that storytelling may occasionally favor dramatic power displays over intricate strategic plans. These tactics and strategies interconnect with other aspects of the main topic by showcasing how power isn't solely defined by raw strength. Instead, they highlight how intelligence, collaboration, and adaptability are equally potent forces, capable of influencing power dynamics in meaningful ways. This reinforces the narrative that overcoming even the most daunting challenges requires more than mere strength. It necessitates cunning and cooperation, themes central to many epic tales, including One Piece.